Hey guys, I'm Brian.
And I'm Terry.
And welcome to the Forest Farm Project. Today we get to put in some insulation.
Installation
of some insulation.
There you go.
Yep. It's going to be some fun stuff. It's going to be some nasty, itchy stuff.
Yep. We are required to have insulation that is rated for walls. Where is that at?
Right here. It's 2x4 walls and it's R13 insulation. That's what they require here for the walls, and it's got a face on it.
It's called faced, F-A-C-E-D, faced. It means it's got a paper, which is a vapor barrier.
Yeah.
Which goes to the inside of the room. The insulation goes to the exterior. Mm-hmm. And that's really about it. We're not insulation experts. We already did the caulking in the last video that's required by a code. And then if you watch the video, we did a little extra and actually explained some stuff about increasing your insulation potential, I guess you'd say.
Yep.
So anyway.
We're going to get the caulk, or get the insulating. And I actually get to work in this video.
Yeah, boy. I'll let you do it all if you want.
Woohoo!
I highly recommend a dust mask, even though it's old and dirty, and a pair of safety glasses, because it's not good when you get fiberglass in your eyes or your lungs.
No, not good for anything.
No, not good at all.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
So here's how big the closed end is, and when you cut it open, you can see it's very highly compressed in the bag. There's 11 pieces, 93 inches long in there.
All right, when you bring one out of the pack, you saw how that expanded a while ago. Well, you still want to get it expanded. You've got some lips on the side of here that actually nail to the studs right here. And you kind of want to just shake this stuff a little bit, I guess, get it to kind of expand a little bit. Again, we're not expert insulators, so I can't say that I'm doing this exactly right, but it's going to work. And one thing about it, we bought 93-inch pieces that are already cut 93. Our stud length from the bottom plate to the top plate is right at 93 inches. If you had taller studs, 96 or whatever, you would probably want to buy a different length, because these are pre-cut. Makes it a lot easier. It was like $2 more for the pre-cut, wasn't it, Brian?
Yeah.
Okay, we want that all the way to the top. I'm not going to wear these safety glasses because they steam up and I can't see, so go ahead and y'all chew me out. Tuck it in that wall. You don't want to compress it. You want it nice and fluffy in there, because that fluff is what insulates. It's got little air pockets everywhere. Then I'll get it all the way to the top. Shift it up just a little bit. I think we still got it down to the bottom. Yes, we do. Perfect. And I'm just going to staple it off. I'm not coming right back with a ladder and get that high stuff in a minute. And I'm kind of pulling this snug. That's going to pull that insulation a little bit more against the stud. This is really complicated, but if you come to a wire that's crossing, you want to cut a slit in the back of your insulation so that it'll slide over that wire. You don't want it crunched, because if you squeeze it, it's not insulating. There's a big cavity back there. You need to get it around that. And something that's really great, this is Kreg Tools. I didn't even know what it was for sure, but this thing has got a serrated edge. I can tell you right now, it cuts very well. It cuts insulation very well, and it would also cut skin extremely well. So you really got to be careful with that thing.
It is made for insulation and insulated board for heat duct.
Yeah, one side's a serrated edge, the other side's just a regular cutting edge. Be careful with that thing. we almost forgot water pipes needed some insulation on. We got this insulation that is it's just split. So this is a split insulation. We got to cut it from that foam down there up to this connector right here. Again, be careful with this knife. That thing will eat you alive. It just slips right over the pipe. Well, it's supposed to slip over the pipe. Give me a, I wonder if I can pull that out a little bit. We use 3/4 straps here as opposed to the 1/2-inch straps for this pipe. That way it left a little gap back there. I was able to insulate between the wood and the pipe. Just a little added insulation there. About right there. Be careful with that knife. Very much dangerous. This stuff is working out great. The fun part's going to be getting that fiberglass insulation in here.
Mm-hmm.
If you flex it out a little bit, it goes right up in there. All right, looking good. Well, I'm very pleased with the way that's turning out.
Looks good.
It's holding it up good, yeah. We've got to do that underneath on the pipes till we get to the crawl space. This little space under the garage, it's not going to have as much heat coming up into it as the crawl space would from the natural heat from the ground rising up into the crawl space. So it could get cold under there. I don't think it'll be a problem, but we had a water heater out here at one time, never had a problem, so I don't think it'd be an issue. We cut out this plug for this box right here. And then we took that plug and stuffed it in behind the box neatly so it's insulated between the box and the undersiding back there. Same thing with this box. We marked where it was. We just laid the paper over it and we pushed down on the insulation and we cut it out. And we used this serrated edge to cut all the way through that insulation. And then we took that plug of insulation and we put it in behind that box to help insulate that area. Quick note here. We got a wire running across this way. We got this board in the way and this pipe. Very complicated mess. Down here, we've got this pipe. So, running sideways. So we cut this thing in half at the wire. We're going to put half of it above the wire, half of it below the wire. Then we put this on the pipe, felt where the pipe was at, bent it around, come around here. I cut that slit, and right now I'm tucking it in around that pipe so that some of the insulation gets around it. It's just a vent pipe, it's not a big deal, but you don't want it freezing. So it's not rocket science, but it is a mess.
Very tedious work.
Yep, need that knife.
Right here on my side.
Okay. There we go. Feels like it's filling that gap in there. About as good as we're gonna get it.
All right, well, the insulation is up, and that was definitely a lot more work than I expected.
Yeah, it's tricky. There's some little details that we learned. I mean, I've put insulation in before. We've both fooled with it on big jobs where
small amounts of stuff.
Yeah, people had us come back before it got sheetrocked and said, "Hey, we want to add this or move this." And we had to pull a little insulation out of the way.
But here and there, nothing major though.
Yeah,
and that's just a small room.
We've never had to work around pipes and braces and boxes and all kind of junk and make it fit ourselves. We just put back what was already there.
Yeah.
I have insulated a little under this house here and there, a few pieces, but it's a whole different animal than what we just did.
You're not cutting like you are for this. That insulation knife made a huge difference. Made it really easy to cut all that stuff out. Yeah. Definitely a worthwhile investment.
Yep. We might come back and do a little kind of like a quick tips video, and once we look back at this video and see what we've done and remember some of the things we learned, we might give you a little pointers on what we've picked up, because there's
Yeah.
a few things we said, hey, let's not do this, let's do that, you know.
Yeah. So
And I don't want to just say them all right now because I'm not going to remember all of them. And this is going to
he's
get
gonna
drug
do his
out.
detailed list of what needs to be done.
Yeah, we'll try and keep it short and sweet, because
Yeah.
I don't like talking much anyway. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, next up is moving inside and tearing out those kitchen cabinets.
Yes, sir. That's
That
going to be
is going to
fun.
be a lot of fun.
Well, we're planning on doing like one section at a time.
Starting over the washer, dryer, and refrigerator, because that's where we need to tear out in order to tear the wall out.
Yeah, and then just take a section out, fix that up, shift that stuff around, and put whatever needs to go there.
But you all know how he is, so who knows what's going to happen when we get in there.
We know 2 speeds, go and go faster.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's it.
Speaking of go faster, we got stuff to do.
Well, let's go.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yep, check back later.
See ya.